PEL fans? Commish Ace Coach 704 here, and we are jumping into the live show this week, and we are just cruising along here in season 3. I just want to say thanks to everyone who has done such an awesome job contributing to the league, being active and playing your games. This has probably been the smoothest season we've ever had in terms of just knocking things out, not having issues, and putting content on Daddy Leagues. And I tell you, you guys don't see it, and I probably don't share it enough, but we get a number of nice comments about everything that we've been doing, and people just happen to click on our links and see all the content that's being posted. It is greatly appreciated. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been a part of this league. The commissions have done an excellent job when they've had to step in and do things. And just know that stuff is not go unnoticed. And I always keep that in mind when it comes to things that do come up. I wish I could send out a bunch of trophies, but I can't do that, obviously, financially. All right, so I'm posting the link in the chat now, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with the power rankings, and these are brought to you by Daddy Leagues once again. I've been really busy with doing my other stuff at CarolinaVarsity.com. I cover high school football in North Carolina, focusing on the Charlotte area. And, of course, it's state championship time. We've got 2 teams in the state championship. And, the thing about it is it takes a long time to cover that stuff and do it the right way. And I like to go in depth just like I do here, so in the PEL. So thanks once again for your patience, and trust me, when this is all over, we'll be doing even more that we do already. All right, so Daddy Leagues, and I'm just going to highlight the top 10 like we normally do. 32 is the Denver Broncos. 31 are the Oakland Raiders. 30 the Houston Texans. 29, and still winless, but they're 29, are the Chicago Bears. Good dude, but hadn't won a game yet. 28 are the Cincinnati Bengals. 27 are the LA Rams. 26 New England Patriots. 25 Dallas Cowboys. 24 New Orleans Saints. 23 Baltimore Ravens. 22 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And those are 2 1-6 teams ranked ahead of teams with 2 and 3 wins, by the way. But that's Daddy Leagues. 21 at 4-3, the Tennessee Titans. I'm sorry, Cody. Number 20 at 4-3, the Green Bay Packers. I tell you, this league is strong, man. You guys are knocking it out the park. You got 4-3 teams at 21-20. Another 4-3 team at number 19, the Carolina Panthers. 18, 3-4, but going to be 4-4 with the Force, the New York Giants. 17 and a whale of a game with the Titans that the Colts managed to win are the Colts. 16, 4-3 Miami Dolphins. They're better than that. They're really starting to pick it up here. And we'll talk about that in the division race breakdown here in a second. 15, 5-3 Minnesota Vikings. 14, Atlanta Falcons. 13, and this is some breaking news, the Redskins are going to have to leave the league, but they're a good team. So if we know someone that is looking for a team, we have the Redskins that are going to be coming open soon. But they're ranked number 13 in the power rankings, and we hate to lose him, but he's got a promotion at work, which, is always a big thing. I know I had a promotion a little while ago, and it killed me, so I totally understand. Number 12 are the LA Chargers. Deontay's Bolts are starting to get it done. 4-4 in a year. They're still going to be in the playoffs. Mark it down. Number 11 are the Arizona Cardinals, just outside the top 10 at 5-2. They're going to get a forced win to go to 6-2 after this week. And now we're going to be into the top 10. All right, number 10 are the Seattle Seahawks. Ben is at 5-3. This is the year one champ. That talent is still pretty good on that team. And, in a tough division, he's finding a way to stay in there, hang in there, and continue to compete and try to push the 49ers and plus on top of that, stay in the wild card chase. So they're going to be tough coming down the stretch. He's going through a tough stretch in his schedule now, but after that, I think things are going to balance out. And, he's going to be right there at the end. Number 9, 5-3 are the Doo-Doo Browns. And, same thing with Ramon. He's got that Steelers in that tough AFC North. But, he still finds a way to win. He's been in a ton of close games, wins and losses, both sides of it. So I don't know how he does it. I think he just had his 30th birthday. And be careful, man. If you stay in games like that, about 33, you're going to start getting gray hair. And you're going to try to go to Just for Men and hide it, and it ain't going to work. Just some friendly advice there. Number 8, San Francisco 49ers at 6-2. I would, if I did these, I probably would have them a little higher. I give a lot of credit to being in that division. 3 really tough teams in there, and he's on the top of it. He's going to continue to be there. He's been one of the best players in the league consistently for so many years, and he's going to continue to be a tough out moving forward. And, I think a Super Bowl is going to be in his future. Just got to get stuff to break right and keep developing those guys. Number 7 are the Jaguars. I watched some of their game today against the Steelers, and, they were right there. They only lost by 7, but, the Steelers are really tough to play. And there was a couple big interceptions in that game, and I tell you, he's got that speed on defense, which makes him very, very tough to play. And then with Leonard Fournette, there's a lot of talent in Jacksonville, and they're young, so he's going to be here the whole Madden 17 cycle, I believe, here in the PEL. Number 6 are the Eagles, who I face after advance, and honestly, I don't know much about them outside of some struggles they had on offense earlier in the season. But they seem to be getting things together, and I know he was talking about his receiver that he drafted number 1, starting to step up and make big plays. So he's leading the NFC East, and if the Redskins having to bow out, it's going to be between him and the Giants for the foreseeable future. And we'll see if he's able to keep it going and continue to get into the playoffs, and then possibly make some noise. All right, we're at the top 5 now. Number 5 are the Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-1, now 7-1. Daddy Leagues hadn't updated yet. That was a good win today over the Jaguars. They had some tough plays in there. The Jags made a couple tough interceptions, but they were able to bounce back and really find a way to win. And 7-1, they're going to be a tough out. They're in a really good spot to be in the conversation to have a bye in the AFC playoffs. And, if you're doing really good in the AFC, you deserve to be top 5. For real. Number 4, despite their record, are the New York Jets. Daddy Leagues has them at 5-2. They lost to me last night, and now they're 5-3. But I think they deserve this ranking, and I probably made them too good. Should have thought about what I was doing trying to help the Jets out. He's got a really a good number of players to kind of boost his roster on both sides. And the thing about it was defensively, I know Ragjob's game pretty well, and we played it pretty conservative because I know what he likes to do. But he's going to be there at the end, and he's going to be in the thick of that AFC playoff race, and that's just another team you're going to have to deal with if you're trying to get into the playoffs as a wild card in the AFC. Number 3 are the Detroit Lions. Honestly, I would have put them at number 1 just because they're the champs. And, they have that one loss. But, Madden, you always have a game in Madden where BS happens. And, that's what happened to him in that game. But the young rookie Jefferson he took at the end of the first round is starting to really blossom and become a go-to receiver. He had 194 receiving yards in his last game. And I tell you, I don't know who just posted a comment on this thing, but anyway, he's with Brad Kaya. He is really tough to stop in that passing game, and then he uses the safety really well on defense. So he's going to be a really tough out again in the NFC. Number 2 are the Kansas City Chiefs, who are going to drop down because they lost this past week to the Dolphins, 22-19. And I'm telling you, man, not to bring up the Dolphins again, but he's really starting to get things going, and that was an impressive win. And the thing with the Chiefs is, they did trade Braxton Miller to the Cowboys. We'll go through that in the trade tracker here in a little bit. But overall, Kansas City's going to be a really tough out with all their young speed. I know he was saying he couldn't run the ball the other day in his blog, but you got a running back with the talent that he has. I think his name's Thompson, if I remember correctly. He'll figure it out, and he's always been a good offensive player. And there's no doubt that he's going to make another run toward the Super Bowl and pull it off here before the Madden 17 cycle ends. And at number 1, and I wouldn't put myself number 1, but the Bills out of Brooklyn are the number 1 team here. And the reason why I wouldn't put myself number 1 is we've played some good teams, but we haven't played the best teams. And, I think to be number 1, you got to have some wins against the best teams in the league. And our time's coming. It's only a matter of time playing in the AFC that we're going to play some really tough teams. But for right now, Dag Leagues has us at number 1. We're playing well, winning games in different ways. I was happy with the defensive effort last week. Offensively, we played it real conservative just because I knew what we were going to face. So we'll see what we get with the Eagles. And at some point, Madden's going to screw me, and hopefully sooner than later, because I don't need it in the playoffs. All right, so that's the power rankings. We're going to go through to the divisions now, give you a breakdown of what's going on. And we're going to start, let's see, let's go NFC first. Save the best for last, right? All right, so NFC North, we got the Lions at 6-1, Vikings 5-3, Packers 5-3, and the Bears are 0-8. So we got a 3-team race here, and the big story here to me, we knew the Lions are good, we knew the Vikings are good, but the Packers are really starting to improve. And if they can keep this up and give the run to the Vikings and the Lions, they're not only going to be a factor in the division race, but we're talking about the NFC playoffs. So we know there's talent in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, and he just traded for Werner at running back. And his style, he's starting to adapt a little bit to Madden 17. Madden 18. I keep saying 17. God. But he's normally a deep thrower, and you can't really do that in Madden 18 effectively. So he's adapted his style, and he's starting to come around. He's always been a pretty good player. So really tough division there in the NFC North. NFC South. All right, so the Falcons are going to be on top after we advance. Panthers at 4-4, Saints 2-5. Really, forced losses are killing the Saints, and then we got the Bucks at 1-7. Starting to look like a 2-team race here between the Falcons and the Panthers. And this division has come down to week 17. The past 2 seasons, I think it's going to be the same thing this year in season 3 between these two guys. But look at the Panthers got to get the offense going. They're giving up a lot of points. And that's a trend they need to reverse. They've lost 2 in a row, and you see Jeff has won 5 in a row. No surprise there. NFC East, we got the Eagles right there, 6-2, leading the division in a pretty comfortable margin. Like I said, we got to find someone new for the Redskins. Hopefully we can find someone pretty fast. If you know someone, just let me know. The Giants at 3-4. They're going to get a force to go to 4-4, and then the Cowboys. He's focusing on studying for college right now, and I think year 4, he'll be back to maybe being a factor in the division. So this is the Eagles' division to lose right now, and it's something that I said last year. We need more competition in this division. We've got it, and hopefully we can keep seeing that trend move forward. NFC West, really tough division. Look at this, guys. It's 49ers at 7-2. The Cardinals going to go to 6-2 with a forced win over the Saints, and the Seahawks at 6-3. So 3-team race here. The Rams upset the Panthers a couple weeks ago, so they are capable at 2-6. They're just in a really, really tough division with these guys. And, this one came down to week 17 too last year, and the 49ers were able to pull it out. So I suspect the same thing's going to happen here in the NFC West once again. And you could see all three of these teams in the 49ers, Cardinals, and Seahawks in the NFC playoffs. All right, let's see. AFC North. We got the Steelers at 7-1. Browns at 5-3. Bengals 2-6. Ravens 1-6-1. All right, so 2-team race this year between the Steelers and the Browns, of course. Two perennial playoff teams here in the PEL. Steelers with all that talent, and the Browns are just a really, really good player. I think the Bengals and Ravens are going to be factors next year to need one off season to get under their belts and kind of shape those teams in the way they want to. They'll have high draft picks. Both of these guys are really good players. In my other league, the Ravens beat me the other day, and it wasn't even close. And, I hadn't played the Bengals in the other league, but I know he's a really good player. He has a really good record in there. So, like I said, one off season, and these two are going to be tough too. So this is going to be probably the best division in the PEL, as long as everybody sticks with it. AFC South, we got the Jags at 6-2, Titans 4-4, Colts 4-4, and the Texans 1-7. That last game was a big loss for the Titans. The unfortunate thing of that was he didn't know the Jags were going to lose, and that could have closed it to one game. So they still have a 2-game cushion here for the Jags, and then you got the Colts right there at 4-4. Both of these teams are still going to be in it all the way to week 17 like they were last year in the wild card chase. But I still think it's the Jags division to lose. Just too much talent in Jacksonville. Poor Texans 1-7. Hang in there. I think they're going to, well, they got a sim with the, I forget who they're playing, the Raiders. So we'll see if they can get another win on the sim. AFC East, you talk about tough divisions. You got me at 8-0 so far this year. The Jets at 5-3, Dolphins 5-3, and the Patriots 1-6-1. And the Patriots are the best 1-6-1 team in PEL history because they are tough. Their scheme is tough to play for. If you don't see them all the time, they are hard to prepare for. They knocked off the Redskins, as a matter of fact, in an upset the other day. So they're not someone you can just count out. Hello, Awesome Gamer 132. Thanks for watching. The Dolphins at 5-3, like I said, they're getting it together, and you see they've won 3 in a row, and then once Heavy gets it going, he's tough to deal with. The Jets at 5-3, like I said, they're much improved. You see the points for and points against. Some of that's influenced by some sim games for the Jets, but either way, they're tough on the field, and even though I've got a 3-game lead right now, I'm not counting this division out because both the Dolphins and the Jets are going to be right on my tail, and they're going to knock off a lot of people going forward. AFC West, we got the Chiefs at 6-2, Chargers 5-4, Raiders and Broncos rounding it out. This is a 2-team race like it's been pretty much the whole Madden 18 cycle. I think the Chargers have a bye coming up. That's why we got the difference in games here. But the Chargers are only one game out, and that's a dangerous place to be because Deontay, once he gets it going, despite the lag, he's gonna be a force to deal with coming down the stretch. So the Chiefs, I think they'll get it together, and they're gonna probably win the division once again. But Deontay's not gonna make it easy. Raiders and Broncos, play your young guys, get ready for next season, and Jerome, get off POF. All right. All right, so that's the division race. We're going to jump to some of the award winners so far, projections, and we're going to do yearly. So far, MVP of the league is C.J. Beathard of the 49ers, quarterback. And then you see the top 7 guys there. And then the coach of the year so far, hey, Sean McDermott, Brooklyn Bills. We'll see if we can live up to that. That would be a nice one to win because we've been screwed last year. All right, let's jump to the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year, C.J. Beathard so far. And you see the top 7 right there below him. Defensive player of the year, Solomon Thomas. He must be putting up some good numbers. You got to check him out. And then you see the top 7 below him. Offensive rookie of the year, Noah Townsend. Eagles was just bragging on him in the chat. And then Holt. Good Lord, we're going to have to find a way to slow the offense down. That's going to be a problem. And there's the top 7. There's Jefferson we were talking about. It's coming on strong. Defensive rookie of the year, Lester Sanders for the Falcons. I don't even know who that is. Man, it must have been someone I don't know. Maybe he changed the name or something. But then you got the top 7 below him there. Best quarterback, C.J. Beathard with the 49ers. Running back, Lee Hadnot, speed guy with the Lions. Wide receiver, Josh Malone, of course, with the 49ers. He's built him up really well. Best OL, Taylor Decker, Lions. He's a monster. Best DL, Solomon Thomas. I'm going to go look at his stats after this. Best linebacker, Oscar Flanagan. User linebacker, 72 overall. There you go. The Eagles. Best DB, Cam Chancellor, of course, with the Seahawks. And the most coveted Best Kicker Award, Dan Bailey for the 1-6 Cowboys. Way to get it done. All right. You see. There's the best kicker for the AFC, Cody Parkey with the Browns. Offensive player of the year, Le'Veon Bell, of course, with the Steelers, a monster. Miles Jack with 2 interceptions today. I saw that. Defensive player of the year for the Jags. Offensive rookie of the year, Steven Rivers. That must be Phillip Rivers' son. Well, I asked Deontay about that. Come on, Collier. Damn. All right, anyway. Defensive rookie of the year, Carter White with the Chiefs. 68 overall. What the hell? Must be another user guy. God almighty. Best quarterback, Matt Stafford with the Jets. He had some overthrows last night. They could have won that game if he was on point. Best running back, of course, Le'Veon Bell. Best wide receiver, Tyreek Hill's a freak of nature, of course. Best OL, Cordy Glenn for the Brooklyn Bills. And that's the Black Bandits offensive line, by the way. We got to start putting that out there. I got to do an article on them. Best D lineman, Joey Bosa. Chargers, of course, really good player. Best linebacker, Miles Jack. No surprise there. Best DB, Howard Wilson. We talked about him a little while ago for the Browns, getting it done. All right. So, we're going to end the live show a little early tonight because I think we're going to advance because I don't know where the Lions are. They still hadn't started with the Broncos. So we're going to move on and we'll get on to week 10. So that's the live show, guys. We're going to advance soon. Everybody, good luck next week. And make sure you keep posting your blogs. We'll be back on Storylines on Sunday. Thanks for watching.